Just when we thought Burna Boy had finally settled down, the Afro-fusion superstar has found himself at the center of yet another cheating scandal. This time, with none other than Chloe Bailey caught in the crossfire. What started as a whirlwind romance, complete with public displays of affection and whispered, "I love yous," has now exploded into full-blown chaos as Burna's alleged side chick is airing out all the dirty secrets. And trust me, the receipts? They are scorching hot. From late-night calls to broken promises of a Lamborghini, this betrayal is as messy as it gets. But Chloe? She's making it crystal clear she's not the one to be played. Burna Boy and Chloe Bailey, a love story? At first, it looked like Burna Boy had finally found his match. Chloe Bailey, talented, stunning, and seemingly smitten, was giving fans everything they needed to crown them as the latest relationship goals couple. From cozy public appearances to subtle social media hints, it seemed like Burna was stepping into a more serious chapter. Fans speculated, was this the moment the self-proclaimed African giant finally settled down? After his rocky history with love and past entanglements, was Chloe the woman to tame his wandering heart? For months, rumors swirled about a secret relationship between Chloe Bailey and Burna Boy. On the surface, it seemed like a match made in music royalty heaven. Burna, the international Afrobeat star with Grammy wins and sold-out shows. Chloe, the rising R&B queen with undeniable talent and beauty. A power couple in the making, or so we thought. But just when it seemed like Burna had locked in his queen, the illusion shattered. And not with a whisper, but with an explosion so loud that the entire internet turned its head. Cheating allegations explode. The Sophia Egbu bombshell. Enter Sophia Egbu, the woman who would take this picture-perfect narrative and burn it to the ground. A leaked phone call surfaced, one that no one was ready for. In it, Sophia spilled everything, dropping receipts like she was unloading a full deck of cards. Here's where things go left. Chloe wasn't just casually dating Burna Boy. She was deep in her feelings. She thought this was serious. And Burna? Oh, he played along. He did the bare minimum to keep her hooked while he was entertaining a whole other woman on the side. Sophia didn't just claim to have been with Burna. She had intimate details. The stolen moments, the hotel rendezvous, and the whispers of a future that Burna allegedly promised her. But the moment that sent the internet into a complete meltdown? The Lambo promise. Burna promised Sophia a Lamborghini. Yes, a whole luxury sports car. The type of gift that makes a woman feel like she's that girl. And Chloe? She got a watch. Now, don't get it twisted, a luxury watch isn't cheap. But the math ain't mateing. When you promise one girl a Lamborghini and give the other a timepiece, the hierarchy is loud and clear. And Sophia made sure everyone knew it. But instead of delivering on his word, he ghosted her like a bad Tinder date. And to add insult to injury, he was still publicly parading Chloe like nothing was happening behind closed doors. The betrayal, the audacity, the sheer messiness of it all. She leaked voice notes, messages, and subtle jabs, all pointing to the fact that Burna wasn't just casually seeing her. He was making her feel like she was the real prize. Now, let's get into the moment the internet lost its mind. Sophia didn't just hint that she was being played. She went scorched earth. In a leaked conversation, she exposed everything. She claimed Burna had been with her right before he started getting close to Chloe, that he was making promises, claiming she was the only one who mattered, and that Chloe was just a PR distraction. Pause. Did Burna really just make Chloe a side quest while selling Sophia a dream? The disrespect levels are through the roof. And Chloe? She was blindsided. The same way the internet found out, she probably did too. Imagine thinking you're exclusive with a man, only to find out another woman has been promised a whole Lambo. And Burna Boy? Where was he while the internet was on fire? As the call made its rounds, the internet went feral. Burna Boy, a Grammy-winning artist with an image to protect, was being dragged for filth. But what did Burna do? Absolutely nothing. Burna's reaction? A whole lot of nothing. A scandal of this magnitude? You'd think Burna would step up, clear his name, do damage control. But instead, He hopped on a flight to Kenya like he had no idea the internet was eating him alive. No statement, no Instagram rant, no cryptic tweets. And that silence? It only made things worse. Because now, the fans started piecing the puzzle together themselves. The side-by-side receipts, the matching locations, the questionable timelines. It was all adding up, and not in Burna's favor. Chloe's next move, the silent clapback. Meanwhile, Chloe Bailey, America's sweetheart and a rising star in her own right, was handling things like a true boss. No messy social media rants. No bitter subtweets. Instead, she pulled the Hollywood power move of all power moves. She unfollowed Burna. And in today's world, that's as loud as a press conference. Fans immediately clocked it. The timeline was in shambles. Chloe had spoken without saying a word. And if history had taught us anything about Chloe, she was never going to tolerate disrespect. Burna's pattern. History repeats itself. And just when you thought this story couldn't get any messier, the past came knocking. Because if you've been paying attention, this isn't new territory for Burna Boy. Remember his explosive breakup with Stefflon Don? The cheating rumors, the cryptic back and forths, the entire circus? It's all happening again. Burna doesn't just make mistakes, he makes patterns. And now, Chloe was just another name on a long list of women who thought they could change him. The final nail, Burna's petty spin attempt. So, how does Burna Boy handle a scandal of this size? By owning up to it? By making a heartfelt apology? Of course not. Instead, he goes to Instagram and drops a cryptic song snippet. And if the internet wasn't mad before this set it ablaze. Fans weren't just calling him out. They were canceling him in real time. The message was clear. Instead of fixing it, he was flexing it. And that only made the backlash 10 times worse. What's next for Chloe? The glow-up is inevitable. If there's one thing we know about Chloe Bailey, she doesn't lose. Every setback she's ever had, she's turned into a setup for something greater. And this scandal isn't her downfall. It's her next launch pad. The music? About to go harder than ever. The energy? About to be unmatched. And if history repeats itself, Burna will be watching from the sidelines, regretting every decision. Because while he's out here fumbling queens, Chloe is out here becoming one. And just like that, Burna went from being relationship goals to a walking, talking lesson in what not to do. What's Burna Boy's next move? Because let's not pretend like men, like him, don't try to spin the block. Will he come crawling back? Try to win Chloe over with some grand gesture? Or is he too deep in Sophia's world to care? One thing is clear. Chloe just learned a painful lesson in dating industry men. And Burna? Well, he better hope Sophia doesn't leak even more receipts. Because if this is just the beginning, he might not survive the full expose. Now the real question is, who's next?